Good afternoon, the pressmen and women. You are welcome to the Federal University of Technology, Laro, in Ogun State here. As a curtain raiser, we need to be glorified or say appreciation to Almighty God, the I am that I am, the one that sees us that we don't see, the creator of all mortals, the one that created the institution in 1979, about 47 or 48 years ago, and that when the Polytechnic was created, I can metaphorically say that it was like a camel in the desert. We never knew that it would be where we are today. Going forward, let's put on record by thanking the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Alausa, also the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaba. We should be grateful to these people. They created the university recently. The initiator of the bill is actually Senator Olamileko Adeola, who approached the rector at that time to inform me about the vision of the Senate willing to transform this polytechnic to a university. And let me inform us that that was even not the starting point. The starting point was when, at the time, Dr. Rahim Oloyo, blessed memory, I think that was around 2005 or 4 or 5 or 6 thereabout, when he was the rector. At the time, the president of the country that time felt that this polytechnic transforming to a university should be a faculty under Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. The question was asked, this university that you are saying was just created, Polytechnic had been established in 1979. How come are we going to be a faculty under a newly created university and all that? Particularly Polytechnic that has the infrastructure. The infrastructure I mean it contains of the human resource and physical infrastructure. So it was challenged, and that we wrote a report that time to the then Minister of Education, Dr. Ezekwesili. So I think that was the end of that matter. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, without thinking twice, he saw that we had all the physical infrastructure and all that. The bill was signed into law. Now we are now Federal University of Technology. So we're actually in transition. Sometimes in December 2025, before Christmas, the ministry also came here to assess what we did have in terms of physical infrastructure. They didn't check our staff, but they saw what we have, and they were happy, extremely very happy, that we have what it takes to kickstart a university in terms of our culture, because we do a lot of fabrication here. Like I did say at the center there, that even there are things that you cannot see, they are already in the place of use. For example, the machine that will shred waste, we want to set it up as an industry to showcase that a lot of things that we do import, if we want to trust us as University of Technology as we are moving, we will be able to assist the country. Even the tricycle, I did say that the tricycle, by God's grace, want to produce about 8 or 9 that we'll be using on campus to show that that tricycle is working. The tricycle has is 3 in 1, I think, solar power, CNG, and electricity. I think it's 3 in 1. So we want to show to the world that it's working. I was appointed as director of the institution specifically September 26, 2022. That's almost 4 years now. By September, I will be 4 years in office. I started there as a clerk in 1987. I used 2 years as clerk before I resigned my appointment. It was accepted and I proceeded to start accountancy and the one in 1989. I concluded it in 1993-94. So I'm an alumnus of the institution. So I passed through both ND and HND here. To tell you for free that we have 63 departments here now. 63 departments from 35 to 63. If I had general study, that would be 64. That would be 64, and I did some arithmetic before coming in because this is a technological-based institution. It simply means that we should have more courses in engineering, art and designs and all that. And I did the arithmetic. I could see that 87% of our programs are in the engineering, environmental studies, applied sciences, School of Agric, etc. School of Management Studies and KIT has I think 10 plus 5, that's about 15 departments. As at the time the architectural colonel was leaving office, we have only one department in Agric. That's why I couldn't create a School of Agric. We created School of Agric with a building. We will now have a school called School of Agriculture. We met only 5 schools plus School of Part-Time Studies. Now we 6 schools. So we have added 2 new schools. So School of Agriculture, School of Printing and School of Art and Design and Printing Technology, that has been added. Across all schools, we have 7 departments in Agric. We have 4 in Art and Design, 5 in School of Communication and Information Technology, 12 in School of Engineering. Take note of that. 12 in School of Engineering, 7 in School of Environmental Studies, and School of Management has 10. Pure and Applied Science has 18. So that's suggesting that we have invested in technological oriented courses. As at the time we came in as rector, now that we are now acting Vice Chancellor, course of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR will remain. All the principal officers have also been appointed. You now see that we have a university registrar, we have a university bossa, university librarian, etc. And we also now have acting DPC. We are trying to plan. So when we came in, that we have about less than 10,000 students. We are always saying we are the best. The reason why we say we are the best is that we have academic programs that are not our calendar is not interrupted. Sessions, we have been running sessions continuously for the past 18 years without any interruption. Our capacity today is about 27,000 students. That's to tell you that we are the best. We are not one of the best. We are actually the best. Now that we are transiting to a university, I've said that London Build was not constructed in a day. We've taken the approval of the council to follow a particular plan. Very shortly, we will soon start placement of staff properly. We approach NUC accordingly to do verification of programs. And let me also use this opportunity to, on behalf of the chairman of the council, Alhaji Bilal Garba Gashua, to thank once again the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has deemed it fit to reappoint all the assistant council members. So as we speak, the university has a council that will approve most of the policies that we want to, that will approve the paths that will follow to really kickstart that university. So we have invested in printing and we still want to invest in it, and that is strategic. It's deliberate and intentional. It's not that we are just we're investing in that. This is the first time the institution will attract what we call third fund intervention. If you look around this institution, you will see that without third fund, we will not have so much. Not that we don't have federal government infrastructure. Even this radio station and or the television, the road in front of the mass communication was actually constructed by federal government of Nigeria. More infrastructure appears to come from third fund. Third fund for the first time gave us $2 billion intervention for high impact. We have also been getting special intervention, zonal intervention, annual intervention from TED Fund. The high impact was deliberately deployed to start printing. The reason is that, loud and clear, we normally spend a lot of money, a lot of resources to print a lot of things. Booklets, examination booklets, files, envelopes. We have a lot of things that we print that if we are very strategic, we can now print internally, and that's the direction. This institution that I watch has procured a machine that cuts A4 paper into small sizes so that we don't buy it outside again. We produce internally our A4. So we want to progress by printing all our files, memo, internal memo, envelopes, examination booklets. We want to start producing it. So that's why what we have in printing technology, a machine that will cut plates is on the way. So we want to have a printing press. So once we do have a printing press, all this kind of booklets, we will now start producing it. That will save costs. If you're able to save costs, that means we have more money for another thing that we might need. So that's there. Let me also say that this polytechnic also has Poly Consult and Industrial Service Limited, where we produce our water. The water is there. We have been able to automate the process of water. We now have a machine that has been automated to produce water. TED Fund, under the leadership of architect Sonny Echono, AST, he's been a wonderful leader and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We must consider thanking him because only last week, equipment worth billions of naira are here now. What is the essence of that equipment? They want to give us, in fact, they are giving us, TED Fund has given us a presidential project called Innovation Center. They are giving us a machine that can cut iron into precision. The tricycle, the challenge we have in the tricycle is that when we designed it, we took it to China to cut the machine, because we don't have foundry. What they are giving us will do that, and it's coming with a building. Let me inform us that we are the only institution in Southwest that is picked. That is not taken for granted, so must appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the ES of the TED Fund. Let me also tell you, as we speak, electricity is a challenge. It's not as if everything is rosy and we have challenges, electricity. But I can see that the end, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That's the way they used to say it and not. I can see that Senator Olamileko Adeola, I will continue to mention his name because he has identified with the institution in terms of projects, in terms of physical infrastructure. I can see that they are trying to connect the institution to the direct feeder line at Mapala and to another. That will take the challenges of electricity away. Not only that, let me inform us that TED Fund has also given us a solar farm of 2 megawatts. We are the only 2 megawatts, yeah. 2 megawatts. We are the only one in Southwest also. We are the only project in Southwest that is big. The way we want to run this place is that we want to rely on our strength on fabrication. I doubt whether any institution in Nigeria can beat us in fabrication, and that's going to be our strength. I don't know. I have been able to explain a lot of things depending on what you want to see. I will now attend to your question. The issue is not about converting a polytechnic into a university. The issue is that the focus must be well defined. The new university that has been created now, that's Federal University of Technology, Ilaro. You know, I did say earlier on that we are working out on a path to successfully transit it without actually losing the technical values that we want to offer the society. There is a difference between theory and applied research. I've said it, I think I also explained it last year. When you are teaching, for example, physics, I'm not in Nigeria. If someone is teaching physics, you can see that most of what we enjoy today is from physics. So if you teach the theory of physics, maybe Newton laws, all those things that they teach, so how do we apply it to get a product? That's what the focus of this new university will be. Most of the polytechnics have capacity to run first degree. If they don't have capacity to run second degree or PhD or thereabouts. So if all polytechnic like is being championed by the Professor Idris Bugaji, saying that they should, and even the union, as Supercrime Staff Union of Polytechnic and other unions, they are trying to follow that path that HND there should be end to it, so that ND now becomes the certificate that you use to enter direct entry into the Polytechnic. So I think that will solve the problem of that dichotomy. The University of Technology also, we should work so hard to ensure that we are balanced. We have a balance between theory and practice. In other words, when you teach physics, when you teach chemistry, we should the target should be what can we produce, so that we don't produce students that will be looking for job. We want to produce students that create value in the labor market. I think that will solve the problem of that dichotomy. Mr. Bankole from Point is asking about when to start admission. Yes, we'll start admission once we conclude our verification of programs. You know, like I told you, stages. Before you can run admission of the degree, you must have our programs verified. The NUC will be invited to verify the program. We have not done that. What we are presently doing is staff. No, whatever you want to do, processes matter. And a peaceful environment is also very, very important. Do not forget we have staff, we have unions, we have all those people here that we are also discussing with. So we have mapped out the plans on how to write staff or to place staff properly. The council just approved a committee to look into our staff matters. That shows that we have started. But we can never get there in a day. So it's a process that will take us some time. But I believe that once we complete our placement of staff properly now, the next stage is now verification of programs, and we will now start talking properly with the appropriate government agencies and all that. That's what I can say on that. Well, so I think they told me Senator Lamileko saw our tricycle. He said he wanted it, and so I think I was told, I don't know why we have not worked on that. So the price, that's a prototype. We don't easily sell prototype. What we want to do is to see how do we mass produce, because a prototype machine will be expensive. But when you now mass produce maybe 30, like what you want to do in a tricycle, I'm happy that the federal government of Nigeria has given us a new innovation center. That's why I said that we have a lot of equipment that we have just seen in the engineer have seen those equipment. So how do we want to make sure that we mass produce? That's our next step, because if we produce individually for one machine like our tricycle, that's whether it's going to, it won't be up to 1 million or 2 million, I don't know. So, but that will be expensive. That's why I'm saying that we should mass produce the prototype. That will give us a better idea, and that I know that's what our vision is. In fact, I was telling the management that some people are waiting for me because we want to start maintaining our vehicle internally. Because as I speak, we have a machine there that can bake. That baking boot, we don't have it anywhere in Laro here. So how can we keep a baking boot there, not using it? So very shortly, my kinsmen will now be taking their vehicle to Idiroko to paint again. Because we will be doing that for them. Even the vehicle, any kind of vehicle, 2026, 2025, 2024, we have equipment that can diagnose faults here, and will tell you exactly what happened. One of the vehicle let me give you this. One of the vehicle in Rectory, that's designed on Shanghai, it has a problem. Shanghai, it has problem. They are trying to see solution. One of our students diagnosed the fault here, we maintain it here, and we have fixed the problem. It's working. So we will have known that our students would diagnose a particular vehicle, and it's working now. So if we now keep such equipment without commercializing it, so we want to start, I'm saying, using this platform that even the people from Ilaro will soon be bringing your vehicle to maintain inside the institution. That is what we want, because that was what the minister told us in Abuja. What you are doing, use it first. How do we produce? We have automotive engineering, we have technology. Is it not a shame if you cannot maintain our vehicle? It's a shame. So we want to start maintaining our vehicle. So if you start doing that, I know people will not travel so miles to now see how to maintain 2026 vehicle, 2025 vehicle, when we have the equipment at Meta. I think mechatronics has a lot of equipment there. So I think you should continue to support us. We will the price is difficult because it's still a prototype. But if you want it, you can approach us. We'll see how we can make it friendly. Like the incubator. It shouldn't be kept there. We have farms around us. Why can't they buy the incubator to now start producing? Because it's working. They are functional. Thank you.